4 of welcome to day 4 of the 7 days to clarity YouTube series live. So if this is your first time seeing me, you need to go to the previous ones because I'm not going to do a rundown today. I normally do, but it is 9:14. I want to get her done. Okay. So the live today is the questions we avoid. So remember, I'm gonna do a small recap. We were talking about clarity, right? And I said clarity is not something that you have, it's something that you discover and you redefine, right? So the questions are, what are you afraid will happen? This could be people, person, places, or things. This could be an opportunity that may be coming your way, but you are self-sabotaging yourself because you don't think highly enough of yourself or don't think that you deserve it, right? Okay. So if you're coming in, hey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want you to answer these questions in the comments if you don't mind. So like I said, the first question is, what are you afraid will happen? What are you afraid of happening if you put in the application? What are you afraid will happen if you just try more or start making a routine X, Y, and Z, right? The second one is, what if everything worked out? Are you afraid of the more responsibility that you have to have if it works out? Or are you afraid that then you would have to really step in and do your full potential instead of slacking? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. The next one is, what are you ignoring? Are you ignoring that something doesn't serve you anymore? People, person, place, or thing. Are you ignoring the fact that you've grown out of certain things? That's why you don't feel comfortable anymore in the situation or around people. And the last question is, what are you holding on to because it's familiar to you? Yeah, that's a doozy, right? So with all of that being said and the questions that are asked, right now, when you hear these questions, what's the first thing that comes to your brain? And y'all can put it down in the comments and then we can work through it together and I can give you something that may can help you through the situation. Just asking. But the reason why these questions are here, because in order for you to have clarity, you have to answer these type of questions. You have to be real with yourself. You have to sit with yourself. So that's why I asked them. How y'all doing? Welcome. Hey. $40. What's that for? Hey y'all. Happy Monday. Whew. Um, Let me see. I don't know where my other, it's probably over there. So you can cut it out, baby. That's fine. So those are the questions. I'm going to give y'all a second to sit with it. Welcome. Hey, y'all. When you really sit down and be 100% honest with yourself, it makes things so much easier. And it always helps you reflect on the past. And also helps you learn, excuse me, what you like, what you don't like. And give yourself a pat on the back for how far you have become, how far you've become. Yeah, how far you have come. I said become. Well, it could be become because you might have been a real timid person and now you take up for yourself. So you just never know. So those are the questions for today when it comes to the 7 days of clarity, the YouTube series live. If you got any questions, you can always email me at Digital Mystic and I can answer your questions. I look at stuff from the physical and the spiritual aspect. That's just what I do. So I think I'm going to read a little bit more of my book before I go to bed because I did not get to finish reading. I'm supposed to read 3 pages a day because I feel like I need to get back to reading instead of being on my phone so much. And Today was a good day. I got a little bit of rest. I just came back from taking my daughter somewhere, and we was chilling. It was very, very. So yeah, I hope this live helps. I hope that helps somebody. Again, if you're just tuning in, today is the day 4 of 7 days to clarity. What we are doing is going through information to help you get closer and closer to clarity and give you steps on how to become clear on person, places, and things and situations so you can move forward in your life. So that's what it is. And I hope it helped. Thank y'all so much for joining me. And I hope y'all have a great night. I was not going to be on here long at all. Do anybody have any questions? Is there anything that y'all going through right now that we can talk about really quick? Oh, excuse me. No? Alrighty. Well, it was nice seeing everybody. Hey, y'all. Welcome in, my 10 people. How y'all doing? It was the questions that we avoid. For the people that's just coming back in. PD the girlfriend. Okay. That's a question. Why did PD the girlfriend go through the stuff she went through? Maybe self-worth was down. She may have felt like she couldn't get certain things accomplished without having him to help. Who knows? Her self-worth was not where it needed to be. So the topic was questions we avoid. And the question number 1 was, what are you afraid will happen? The second one is, what if everything worked out? And the third one is, what are you ignoring? And the fourth one, what are you holding on to because it's familiar? I heard that. It be like that. When you're not comfortable within yourself or you feel like you're lacking certain things and you're not loving yourself enough, that's when the danger creeps in, and that's when you make yourself available for people that don't really serve you, that they want what they want from you and they don't care how they get it. So, and everybody been through some type of form of that. You know what I mean? So I can't talk junk about her. I wish she would have left before it got worse or when it got to that point. But you know, you live and you learn. And who's to say she didn't have that type of, what's the word? It could have been in her generation and her bloodline that her people was used to getting treated like that. And nobody ever stepped in and said, this is not for me, I deserve more. And the cycle kept going. So you just never know. That's from a spiritual aspect. So, but yeah, that is the live for today. Catch us tomorrow on day 5. And I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. I need you to tune in so you can follow along with me. If you enjoyed this live somewhat, go ahead and go to episode 1. And today is 4, so you got 3 episodes to go look at. Don't be afraid to comment, share if you think this may help somebody. And I appreciate y'all so much. And remember, if it don't align, never mind. If you don't move, won't shit shake. You are not a tree. You are not planted there in that situation. People, person, places, or things, you can move. You just need the steps to do it, but you can move. I promise you, I got faith in you. Okay? So I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Move what? So when I say that, trees are planted, right? They're grounded. Their roots are in the ground. You're not a tree. You're not rooted to the situation if you don't want to be. That's why I say that. And I say, if it don't align, never mind. If you don't move, won't nothing shake. Your situation won't change. Ha ha. Oh. What's your question? How are you doing today? What's your question, sweetie? I'm so tired. No, I wouldn't say that. My channel is very diverse. First of all, I'm Juju. I'm a certified spiritual life coach. I am a root worker. I help women tap into their feminine energy, and I look at things from the physical and the spiritual aspect. I'm sorry, y'all. It can be. You can tell me a joke. No, I'm not from Philly. I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina. I was born in New York, Brooklyn, but I was raised down here since I was like 2. But I wouldn't say this is um an improvement channel. It can be depending on what I'm talking about. I just whatever spirit puts on my heart to speak on, that's just what I do. I don't want to be labeled or boxed in. To be honest, it's just whatever I want to talk about, whatever I think can help people. So, oh, okay, that's what's up. Any questions? Y'all got any questions? Or y'all got a situation that you need clarity on? Stock market advice? When it comes to that, you got to do a lot of research. A lot of research. I am not the person to help you with that, but I would say if you're going to do something like that, truthfully, it would be something that everybody needs, that is never going to go out of style. Like if you're going to invest, I would invest in stuff like Apple and, things like that people need. It's not going anywhere. I actually been looking up stuff like that too lately, on and off. I need to get more serious because I want to open up a high yield savings. It don't matter how much they hint. If you're not ready, you're not ready. So I wouldn't even worry about it. Just tell them, like, look, I'm not rushing to have children. And I understand with the economy we in, baby, don't rush. I wouldn't say it's the only way, but that's something that you should do. I think everybody should do it. Yeah, you getting older, but at the same time, hey, at the same time, it's not even about the getting older part. I feel like personally, y'all hit the like button for me. Personally, when you have children, you first of all, I feel like you're never gonna be ready to have kids. It's always something, right? But you need to make sure you're mature enough to have a child. Not saying you're not. You need to make sure you are somewhat financially stable. You need to make sure you've done certain things that you got out your system, because just because you have a child does not mean you grow up. You still want wants, you still have needs and stuff like that. And if you haven't accomplished or even was able to get out there and see the world, you're going to be miserable. And a child does not deserve to feel like they're stopping you or stopped you from living a life that you wanted because you had them. The thing I tell people, and I tell myself, that my child didn't ask to be here. I decided to bring them in the world. So it's certain things that I have to remind myself that they're not obligated to do certain things. I birthed them. They didn't ask to be here. I chose to bring them here. That's just my thought process. Everybody is different. That was me saying I wanted to bring another life into this world. They didn't ask to be here. And then not only just that, how selfish would you be to bring a child into the world and you're not equipped to help take care of it? You haven't healed from certain situations in your past, whether it was ex, your mom. You may have had issues with your mom and dad and you didn't heal that trauma. So then now the baby comes in the world and you may not let the baby see the grandparents because y'all got beef. That's not fair to that child. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just how I look at it. And then you also look at it in an aspect where you don't want to. A lot of people say they don't want to be their parents. Only way you're not going to be your parents is if you work through certain issues. And then even with that, you need to remind yourself that your parents did the things they did because either they were taught to be like that or they didn't have no choice. Um, Healing trauma is an ongoing thing. I don't think you can heal it, but it takes a while. You have to find the root of the situation. I don't think you can heal from things, but you'll never forget it per se. Like me and my mom used to go through it back and forth. You think it's impossible to do? I don't think it's impossible. It's a time consuming. It's going within, finding out, like I said, the root of the problem and being willing to deal with it head on. I don't think it's impossible, but it may not be impossible to you. It's not impossible to me. You know what I mean? So with us talking about that, I think that's a good time to go back, and I want to ask y'all these questions. And if you don't mind, I would love for y'all to interact more. I appreciate y'all too. So the questions we avoid. What are you afraid will happen? Right? No, you don't have to apologize. That's your truth, baby. That's not my truth. That's not how I look at it. So you don't have to apologize. That's okay. So the question was, what are you afraid will happen? What if everything works out? What are you ignoring and what are you holding on to because it's familiar to you? Those were the questions. Thank y'all for liking the live. I really appreciate y'all so much. And we're going to be back on here tomorrow. What time? I do not know. So if you want to join me tomorrow and see what we talk about, I would greatly appreciate it. If you can go back to the other ones from day 1 to 3, because this is day 4. We're doing 7 days to come on here and talk about certain things to help you get clarity. And I appreciate y'all so very much. Like the channel, follow, put your notifications on so you can come with me and rock out with me for these last couple of days for the 7 days of clarity live stream. Okay? Again, I am Mama Juju, the big one, not the little one, certified spiritual life coach. And I am here to help you get clarity. And if y'all want to come with questions tomorrow, we can do this thing again. I really, really appreciate y'all so freaking much. I love when people interact with me. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all. Bye. Thank you again, y'all.